Good morning, children. Welcome back to our math session. Today's topic is Introduction Part 2 of Cubes and Cube Root. In this session, also, in the last slide, we are discussing about the try these questions of page number 111. Okay, so let me start. So let's start our next topic, that is properties of perfect cubes. These numbers are special, isn't it? We already discussed about the cube numbers. So they are also have some special properties. So we can see the first property. The first property is cubes of numbers with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as the unit digits will end with 0, 1, 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 9 respectively. Quite complicated statement, isn't it? Well, but it is actually not that complicated. So, what I try to say is, let's see that I have given you some big number. Let's see, I given you a number like this 623 cube. And if I ask you that, can you tell me the result would end in what digit? That is, what would be the unit digit of its cube? Now, it's very difficult to tell because you just can't orally do the multiplication of 623 into 623 into 623. Isn't it? That's very difficult. So, for that, what you can do, which you can apply this logic, which logic you can apply for this? So, we know the cubes of numbers from 1 to 10, right? So, we basically know the values of the first 10 perfect cubes. And knowing these is more than enough to predict the unit digit of cube of any number. How? Let's because the unit just focus on the unit digit of the number. Now, this unit digit has to be one of the digit between 0 to 9. It has to be one of these digits, right? So, what is the unit digit here? Here the unit digit is 3. So, when you look at these values, cube of 3 is 27, right? So that shows when you do actual multiplication, that is when you multiply 623 with 623 and multiply again with the product of 623. You would see that during the process of actual multiplication, what happens is the unit digit of the result is equal to the unit digit of the product of the unit digit of that number. That is, if 3 cube is equal to 27, where 7 is the unit digit, that means when you find out its cube, that unit digit will be 7. So, in the result also, unit digit would be 7. So that is why we say that cubes of any number which ends with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Their cubes would end in these numbers because 10 cube is 1000. So any number ending with 0, its cube will also end with 0. Any number ending with 1, its cube will also end with 1. Any number ending with 2, their cube will end with 8. Any number ending with 3, their cube will end with 7, and so on. So just by knowing the cubes of first 10 numbers, even actually predict the unit digit of the cube of any number. Now we can see the second property, that is cubes of even numbers are even. This is another interesting thing. Look at the pattern here. First, few perfect cubes pattern you would see that any number which is even means the number when is completely divisible by 2, isn't it? So here the even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So these are the even numbers. So when you look at their cubes, the values are 8, 64, 216, 512 and 1000. And all of these are even again. Isn't it? So cubes of an even numbers are always even. Similarly, the third point is cubes of odd numbers are odd. So that's because the numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, they are odd numbers and their cubes also ending with the odd numbers. How? The cube of 1 is 1. Cube of 3, 27. So the number ending with the 7. 5 cube, 125. So number ending with the 5. 7 cube, 343. So 3 is there is the unit place. 9 cube, 729. So 9 is at a unit digit. So understood? So these are the main three properties of a perfect cube. Clear? Now let's see our next topic. That is interesting pattern of perfect cubes. Now perfect cube also forms some interesting pattern just like square numbers do. So whenever you observed any perfect cube, you would see that is a sum of consecutive odd numbers. Means the pattern is a perfect cube is a sum of consecutive odd numbers. Now you might be surprised when we learned about the perfect squares. There also saw that the perfect squares were sum of consecutive odd numbers. How was it possible that a perfect squares and perfect cubes like they have shown the same pattern? But it is not exactly the same pattern. Let's have a look. So these are the first few perfect cubes that we have seen, right? That is 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, and 1000. So let's see how they are sum of consecutive odd numbers. So 1 is equal to 1, isn't it? There is no change. 1 is the odd number. So first odd number, that is 1. So 1 cube also 1. When it comes to 8, what is the next odd number? That is 3. So 8 is equal to 3 plus 5. What is 3 and what is 5? They are odd numbers and they are consecutive odd numbers, right? Okay. When it comes to 27, after 5, what is the odd number? That is 7. So it is the sum of 7 plus 9 plus 11. So 7, 9 and 11, they are again consecutive odd numbers. Now another interesting pattern is that you look from top first. First one is 1. Then the next odd number is 3. Next is 5. Next is 7, 9, 11. So basically it's in an order. So you look at the perfect cubes in an order, isn't it? You can see the order. It's in an increasing order. You see that the consecutive odd numbers of which it is a sum of those odd numbers are also in an order, isn't it? So when comes it to 64, can you guess which are the numbers whose sum becomes 64? So after 11 here, what are the odd numbers? 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19, isn't it? Would be 64. Similarly, 125 is 21 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27 plus 29. So in that way, even without adding these numbers, you can just guess that what would be the numbers whose sum becomes 216. It would be 31 plus 33 plus 35 plus 37 plus 39 plus 41. So in this way, what's happening here? You just see that it is the sum of consecutive odd numbers and the number or odd numbers gradually increasing, isn't it? Like when it was 8, what is 8? 8 is 2 cube, isn't it? So there were two odd numbers, 3 and 5. When it was 27, 27 is 3 cube. Then it was the sum of three consecutive odd numbers, 7, 9 and 11. When it was 64, which is 4 cube. then it was the sum of four consecutive odd numbers that are 13, 15, 17, and 19. So now you see this pattern. What would you understand? That every perfect cube is equal to sum of consecutive odd numbers, and how many odd numbers sum it is depends on the on whose cube that number is, isn't it? So, for example, 125 is the cube of 5. So, that means it would be the sum of 5 consecutive odd numbers. So, this is the interesting pattern which is substituted for the perfect cubes. Now, can you tell me means what is the difference between to finding the perfect cube and the perfect squares by using consecutive odd numbers? So you know that in perfect squares, we used the consecutive odd numbers starting from 1, isn't it? But in this case, we are using the next number, first digit 1, the next 8, it is starting with the next consecutive number, 3 plus 5. The next it is 7 plus 9 plus 11. So we are not starting from 1. Instead of that, the next consecutive number we are using here. Clear? Before winding up the session, we can discuss some questions related with the try this. So let's see page number 111. First question is find the ones digit of the cube of each of the following numbers. So first number is 3331. So what is at unit digit? The unit digit is 1. So what is the cube of the unit digit number? If the unit digit of the number is 1, then cube also 1. So the answer is 1. Second number 8888. In unit digit number is 8. Then unit digit of the cube of the number, if it is 8, then answer 2. 149. Unit digit of the number is 9. Then unit digit of the cube of the number also 9. 1005. Here unit digit of the number is 5. So cube also unit digit will be 5. 1024. Unit digit of the number 4. So unit digit of the cube of the number also 4. Now 77. Unit digit of the number 7. Unit digit of the cube of the number 3. 5022. Unit digit of the number is 2. Then its a cube. Unit digit will be 8. 53. Unit digit of the number 3. Unit digit of the cube of the number 7. From this you can see that some numbers, their unit digit of number and cubes are same. What are that numbers? 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Isn't it? And 2, that is 8. Then 8, that is 2. Same way 3 is 7, 7 is 3. Clear? How many consecutive odd numbers will be needed to obtain the sum as 10 cube? If you want to find the cube of 10, then how many consecutive odd numbers are required? 10 numbers, isn't it? If it is 5 cube, how many numbers are required? 5 numbers required, isn't it? Like yes, for 10 cube, 10 numbers are required. Clear? Now one more try this question is there in that page. So first see, first question. Express the following numbers as the sum of odd numbers using the above pattern. Their pattern is given 6 cube. How could we write a 6 cube? That is equal to 31 plus 33 plus 35 plus 37 plus 39 plus 41. Like as 8 cube. That is equal to 57 plus 59 plus 61 plus 63 plus 65 plus 67 plus 69 plus 71. 7 cube, 43 plus 45 plus 47 plus 49 plus 51 plus 53 plus 55. Now next question. Consider the following pattern, that is 2 cube minus 1 cube, that is equal to 1 plus 2 into 1 into 3. 3 cube minus 2 cube, that is equal to 1 plus 3 into 2 into 3. 4 cube minus 3 cube, that is equal to 1 plus 4 into 3 into 3. It's a pattern, isn't it? You can see that the number is adding only 1. Then after that, a multiplying number is changing. 2 into 1 into 3. Then 3 into 2 into 3. Then 4 into 3 into 3. Isn't it? So like as using the above pattern, find the value of the following. 7 cube minus 6 cube. How to write? 1 plus 7 into 6 into 3. That is 1 plus 126. That is equal to 127. Now 12 cube minus 11 cube. That is equal to 1 plus 12 into 11 into 3. Means what are the numbers that you have to multiply? And into 3 means one number is 3 times, isn't it? So 1 plus 12 into 3, 11 into 3. So 1 plus 396. That is equal to 397. Same way 20 cube minus 19 cube. So 1 plus 20 into 19 into 3. So 1 plus 1140. Like as 51 cube minus 50 cube. How could we write? 1 plus 51 into 50 into 3. That is 1 plus 7650. Means the number is given as a subtraction. Both the number you have to multiply and multiply with 3. Means 3 times we are multiplying both the numbers, then adding 1. Clear? So over try these questions related with this introduction part. So thank you.